And we are live once again. What's going on, good people? Back with the latest installment of the Stack the Deck with Love podcast. My name is Dre, and I am with my sis, Empress Chrissy, the alchemist goddess. What's going on, sis?
What it do? What it do? What it do? Peace, peace, and blessings.
That's what's up. Yeah, it's like everything going on, but none at the same time.
That's what they say, man. What my grandmama used to say? Same suit warmed over.
Right.
Same suit warmed over.
Ah, yeah, that's a down south special right
That's what the old folks say. Yeah.
there.
Look how kind of old folks sayings.
I already know. I already know. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of growing up down south because it's so much. It's so much of that, and so much of just real. It's almost like getting some gumbo. You don't know what's gonna be in that shit. So
That's some funny stuff too, boy. I'm telling you.
I already know.
They got their own vocabulary, they own, their own dialogue. You
Right, a
know,
whole own language. I already know. So my grandma,
all
they're
right.
from Wetumpka, Alabama, and I done heard them say some shit I ain't never heard nobody else say, but I knew exactly what they meant when they said it. So it all works.
I'll work out. My grandmama, she used to say, but tweaks. I be
But
like,
right, tweaks. Right.
between
Right, between like
okay,
nah, but tweaks.
but tweaks. I'm telling you, great
So we
time.
got a really good episode today, a really interesting topic of discussion for our relationship topic, followed by our reading, our divination that we usually do. But today's topic of discussion on the relationship side is unconditional love. Is it possible? Do we practice it as a collective? um, and just our parts, like unconditional love. How do we achieve it? Like it's levels. Um, like I don't know. Like I said, I think I may have even said this when we talked about um, if you can be in love with more than one person. Like we have these ideas about love that are given to us a lot, like by the media, by movies, by other people, really, other people's ideas. We adopt a lot of other people's ideas about what love is. And then we also mix in our emotions with the ideas that we're given. And once we do that, we kind of realize that a lot of times we don't really know what love is. We might think we do, we might feel like we understand what it is, but if you ask 100 people about love, what it means to be in love, or just how love is projected, or how you love on somebody, you're gonna get 100 different answers. You know what I mean? Based on the fact that it's such a broad subject, it's such a dense subject. So unconditional love is pretty much along those lines because it's like it's hard to kind of quantify unconditional love because, in my opinion, because it's just what I just said. It's very dense.
Mhm.
We like to assign. A lot of times we think we have unconditional love for people, but then you start to think about the conditions that you have for
Mhm.
the love you have for them. You know what I mean? And if they didn't do X, Y, and Z, you wouldn't look at them so favorably. You wouldn't feel the same way you do. So kind of like give me your idea, sis. Like what do you feel like unconditional love is? Like from your like you said before we came on here, it's levels. Like kind of talk to me about what unconditional love is.
Yeah, to me, unconditional love it's the highest tier of love. So that's why I say it's levels because you have to go through many different stages of love to get to that. I feel that that is the destination that we all should want to get to. Um, but that journey to get there is very complex, it's convoluted, it's perceptions depend upon you and your experience and how you define unconditional love. You have to reach a certain level of love within yourself. So it's a certain level of self love that takes precedence to any other love, I feel,
Right.
at this point. Unconditional love to me, my perception, not a dictionary, not out of out of a book. It's loving someone. I'm gonna keep this very simple. Loving someone just because. That's it. Period. Point and blank. Nothing else. You ain't my man. You ain't no nothing. You ain't this. You ain't my. I love you just because. And we stop right there,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
That's basically really all it is, to be honest.
it
But
is.
because if you add anything to that, it's conditional.
It's right. You adding conditions to it.
You add conditions to it. So I think that we also make some things complex, but they're really simple.
Right.
It's like here's another thing, another two with unconditional love. It's like I may not agree with you. We might have a altercation, whatever. But at the end of that, I still love you. Genuinely love you. That's unconditional love. Because I
Right.
love you, period. Just
Mhm.
because.
Yeah.
Not because of your color. It don't matter your color, your creed, your religion, your politics. None of that. Take all that off the table. That's what it is. It's not romantic. It's not platonic. It's just because we are in this physical experience together. And I'm being real right now. But guess what? I had to get to this point. This one just today. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I had to grow to this point. Because what I found out was if I if I take it anywhere out of that parameter, I start being uncomfortable. I don't feel right. If I expect anything back from you and you don't give it to me, that means I'm not in my unconditional love state. That
Right.
means it's conditional.
Putting conditions on it. I only love you because you make me feel good, or I love you
Right.
because you smart, or you look a certain kind of way, or you talk to me like this. So any of those, or anything that's a condition upon why you feel like you love somebody.
This kind of not in context with it. Just give you an example. I used to, as I was growing spiritually, I wanted people in my life to know that I love you, thinking about you, right? So I would pick every day three people to text. It's be distant cousin, aunt, uncle, whatever. Hey, I hope you're doing great today. I want to tell you I love you. I'm thinking about you. Hey, some people didn't even respond back.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first thing.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing, what's wrong? Nothing.
Not wrong. I love you.
Some people, I was glad to hear from you. I love you too. Thank you for letting me. Thank you for. But I got so many different responses with that. And you'd be amazed. People just think, some people they ain't respond to.
Right.
Because first of all, they don't realize that I was really being genuine because I
Mm-hmm.
was learning what that's supposed to do for us.
Right.
So I was put it to use. You see what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that. I used to do something similar. It was more so, like you said, it was family. Like I would. This is before like text messages. I used to say out on the house phone. I used to call. I used to call people. Like I used to call my aunt or call my daddy or call my like just out the blue. Like you know what I'm saying. Just chop it up. You know what I'm saying. Like you said, you get a variance of responses, or
Hmm.
sometimes no response at all. You know what I mean? So I get that. I've just subconsciously, innately done things like that in my past too.
Hmm. Hmm. And
Yeah,
it's and I feel that people who didn't respond is just
they don't know how
they
to.
not there.
They don't know how to take it. They
They
don't
don't
know
know how
how
to
to.
receive it. Was
Yeah,
she
and
got some kind of agenda, something going on with her? What's wrong? You know,
that's
it's
the
like,
thing. That's the thing. I ain't mean to cut you off, sis, but that's the
mm,
thing that, like, kind of where you have to be very secure in your unconditional love,
exactly.
because it will make you feel a certain kind of way if you're not secure in it. Like it'll have you questioning like yourself, or like your, not necessarily your worth, but you know what I'm saying, what you mean to the other person, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, based on how you feel like you've reached out, or you feel like you've, tried to make them feel and um they didn't reciprocate. Or like you said, maybe they don't even have the capacity to reciprocate, and it's not even personal. But at the same time, you like, damn, like they ain't even hit me back. So then, like you not being secure, it's almost like there you go with those conditions again.
So you brought up a great point because when I initially started doing that, I had that jerk reaction.
Mm,
Like, damn, they ain't saying nothing. They didn't respond. I hope they got it.
right,
And I was told, why are you doing it? Why
right,
are you taking your time to do it? You send it and leave it.
right,
You let them receive it or not receive it. Once you send that message, you done with it.
right,
If
right,
you thinking anything else further than that, you in the wrong place.
right. Now
So
you too far in your ego.
that's
It's
right.
too far in your ego.
You too far in your ego. So that's why I'm bringing it up because it was just practice for me. Exercise, real practical exercise. So today, where I am, I don't care how you respond to me. If I want to call you, I will. If I don't, I'm not. It's just plain and simple. If you answer, you do. You don't, you don't. I ain't mad. I ain't gonna. It's just what it is. I'm doing what my heart is led me to do.
Right.
Simple. And that's unconditional love. Just period. Now, am I perfect? Absolutely hell no. I just said tell you that.
Right.
Somebody think she think all that's perfect. No, I'm just telling you what I constantly practice
Mm-hmm.
along with knowledge too comes with respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I respect. And to me, it's just it's what I say apprenticeship. I've been apprenticeship for many years now, and I see why. I was told years ago I was a teacher, and I was learning these things to be able to teach them. Not that I read it in a book, but and I had to experience these things to be able to get on this internet and say it with conviction because
Right.
it's not out of a book. It's what I lived.
Right. Nah, you
You
definitely
probably hear me
speak.
say, she suckers, I got to pay my bill and phone because she texted me one day. You probably did text me one day. I text you one day and say, hey, how you doing? So the
Right.
people are, she's not lying. I did do that for real life.
Right. Right.
And I
Right.
still do it from time to time.
Right. 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 Facts. Facts.
So that's unconditional love because Dre, guess what? When I give it to you and I'm genuine, it's gonna hit you different.
Mm-hmm.
You might not know it at that time. It's gonna hit. There's science to this. Do you know how healing a hug is? Look it up. Look
Oh
up
yeah.
the science to just give somebody a hug.
I know that from experience. Just not receiving a lot of hugs. Like, and I don't want to make it make it be like I'm bashing with my mom. And my mom, we was cool. Like we never really had, we done had our ups and downs, and we in a good place now. But it's just she wasn't a hugger. Like she wasn't a hugging thing. So you go places where you get hugs and it make you feel funny, kind of like, oh, okay, like it make you feel good, but it's crazy that it's an awkward thing. And then you grow up and you start talking to people, and you explain your experience. They're like, nah, that ain't, you ain't, that's you lying. Like, I'm like, nah, really how I grew up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I can and like you said, hugs are definitely healing. Like they are, because if you get a hug from the right person, like I remember I had experience. I ended up getting into some getting into some shit, and I had to go to jail for a couple days. And my grandma lived up the street from the jail. I walked to my grandma's house. I walked in, and she didn't even say nothing. She just opened her arms up, because I was just like, I don't think I cried. I don't remember if I cried or not. I don't think I did. I don't think I did. But I just remember feeling like so warm and so like whatever you did, we ain't even gotta talk about it. It don't even matter. But come here, give me some love. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
That granny hug, man.
I like it.
Come on.
Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing like
You can't. Ain't nothing can replace that, man. That grandmama love. Oh no.
it.
And
Yeah, no.
that's what we need more of. We
Mm-hmm.
need more of that.
Right,
Uh, we need more of being present
right. Mm-hmm.
with each other. I got a rule when we eat. Me and my son, we normally eat one meal at least, because we normally meal we eat the day, together every day is dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them no electronics, no iPad, no the game you got, TV got to be, and he get to an age where he's really into those things. But he know that that's my hard clad rule, and I
Right,
explain to him why.
right,
You need to. I need to talk to you. I need to see what's going on with you. Talk, and then that's respect,
right, right,
and
right.
that's spending quality time being present.
Mm-hmm. Right,
Because guess what? When you get to be an adult, you're gonna remember that,
right, right, right,
because I do. We ate together growing up.
right.
I remember that.
Yeah,
So it's just, I feel like we just, like we said this before, is I think uh, social media, but there's so many studies coming out. There's so many people talking how this social media has ruined
the family dynamic and
the family dynamics.
mhm, yeah,
And that ties in back to our topic of unconditional love.
mhm,
It also means, like I said, being present.
right. Yeah, that's something I try to work on with my son a lot. Like he's 10, like your son is, so he's all into his electronics, and it's like like he's so funny. Like I sit here and I try to ask him every time I ask him something, he think he in trouble. And I was like, man, you act like I beat you or something. Like you got like maybe like I might have put my hands on you one time. Like I realized that ain't nothing I want to do. So I ain't doing no more. But it's like he act like I be beating on him. I'm like, man, like let's just talk. I don't want to know what's going on with you. And like he just real. I don't know. He got a Capricorn moon, so he real kind of to himself. He
Oh,
real private. He real
mhm.
private and shit. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying. He don't want to disclose any information. Like a couple weeks ago, it was so funny. He was like, kids and all type of stuff these days, and I'm trying to get him to open up to me. I'm like, man, why don't you talk to me? You think I like? Can you trust me? Like, you think you can trust me? Like, he kind of act like he wasn't for sure, and I was like, well, why? What have I done? To make you not trust me or whatever. He just was kind of looking at me. I was like, you think I'm gonna judge you? And he was like, yeah, like. So I was like, yes. So I was like, so you got secrets? He was like, yeah, and like so then he told me, so I ain't gonna tell you what he told me, but it wasn't even bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just laughed, like, oh, that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, nah, you good. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just funny how private he is. So, like, to get back on topic, it's just like it's very important, like you said, to be present and to know, like and for people to know, like people that you're around, people you love, that you love them in a way in which it's not because of anything that they can do for you, because of any characteristic they have, because of any kind of value that they add to your life. They just add value because they're them and they're being them. You know what I mean? Like that's it.
Let's add this layer. Two, with the unconditional love. I know we know this. I'm gonna say it anyway. Cause we try. Cause I've tried. We cannot change people.
Right.
Dre, I can't even change my 10-year-old.
Right. Me neither. I can't change mine.
You see what I'm saying? We can you we cannot change adults. So can't change adults. So can't kids either.
Right.
So we go back to unconditional love. Now, I can love you because I've learned to love without being in the line of fire. I can explain that.
Right.
If I know you a effed up person and that you got some messed up ways, up and you can't help it. I know how to love you and get out and not be in your way.
Right. Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So before I didn't know how to do that. I thought I
Right.
had to love you and be in your life every day and be that, and then I'm putting myself in line of fire to try to love you.
Right.
But now I know how to love you and you receive that love, but I'm safe in peace in my own
Your own bubble.
place. That way, I ain't trying to change you. I ain't judging you. None of that. You your own person, and I love you anyway. And we got to grow to that.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the growth phase, and I'm definitely in that journey right now, for sure.
Mhm.
Definitely in
Because
that
it's
journey.
like if you're in a relationship and you're having problems with your mate, with this, that, or the third, or whatever, or you trying to change that person to fit your the shape that you got and you want them to be. You can't ask an orange to be a lemon.
Right.
That's what you're lemon. You can't ask a dog to be a cat. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? You got to go get what you want. That's unconditional.
True.
Take me as I am. You know what I'm saying? You won't. That's just what it is. So it's
I think within that, and just to add this, I think that within a relationship space, that's another place where communication is so important because a lot of times, you know, one person has their idea of love, the other person has their idea of love, and if
sure.
it's never discussed, if it's never broached, if the topic is never broached, then it's like we only looking at it from our perspective when we looking at like, well, damn, I want this and that, and I ain't getting this, but you're not realizing the things that you are getting because it's not, what you are perceiving as love and vice versa. So it's like it's very important that I think, us as at our big ages and as adults and just people in general, I think like one of the questions that I have going forward when I get into these situations, like what are your expectations of me, or what do you, how do you see this? Or I just try to ask probing questions to get to understand, what I'm dealing with, so that it won't be so many blind spots in the future. You know what I mean? Or in the present, there's blind spots. Period. Just being able to understand the way they perceive, so that you can get a better understanding if it's something that you can deal with, if you are something that they can deal with, things of that nature. So I feel like, again, it's just as in most instances, communication is very important when we enter these spaces of love and relationship, companionship, however else, any other shit that you have.
Mhm. But the thing with that, that's that's great to have, especially the communication component.
Mm,
But many people don't know
that's true.
when
That's
you
true.
act. I mean, even working in the hospital for many years. I worked at the mental health. I did mental health for 10 years at the hospital.
Mm,
You act, they don't know. Adults don't know. They don't know what love is. They don't know they want a relationship.
right.
They have no clue. Then you upset, but you don't even know what was the intention.
Right.
You don't even know what's next. I dated this guy where it was a what you call it, spin back. I used to say
You spin the
spin the
block.
block. Yeah, spinning the block. We won't spin the block. And
Hmm.
so now I'm grown, I'm growing. And so I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, what is the intention of this situation? Oh, I just want to just be with you. That's cool, but we have to have an intention. You got to put pen to paper, a mouth to the universe so they can hear you to say, what do you want? Because you are the author of your story. You have to, there are so many things can go, avenues you can take. Which one are you gonna activate? You do that with your mouth in your hand. If you don't, it's gonna go wherever it's gonna go. You got to have intentions when it comes to love relationships.
And that's kind of
Mhm.
what I was speaking of the communication part. That's what I meant. Like we got to have basically intentions on what it is. What do you like? What are your intentions for me? And you know,
Mhm.
what are your expectations? But of me, so that so that we can, create the intentions that we have for our relationship.
That's right. Because I can remember in the past, I give real life stuff that people can try to, you know, get it to fit, kind of, see what I'm talking about in a real life example.
Right.
Met this guy. I wasn't really in the mood for a relationship, but I kind of was, but I was kind of like, really kind of like 50-50. And he didn't matter to him. And so we just going on nilly willy. It's 6-7 months later. So I'm like, now it was a year later. And so I finally was like, what's the intention?
Like what we doing?
What we doing? What's going on? I felt bad because at this point, like now, it's late. And now I'm asking this a year later, what's the intention?
Mhm.
And it's like at this point, things have been set, right? You've vibrated now a certain curriculum with the situation. Like you want to
Right.
just change it? Nah, it ain't gonna work like that. You gotta come in from the first said gate. This is my intentions. This is what I desire. But I was afraid to be upfront.
Because you thought I was gonna run him off.
So I didn't run them out. And then I wasn't for sure. And while I'm still taking now, people don't know. But I had to get to that point, get to a point to work on myself to know clarity about relationships. I
Mhm.
studied relationships. I researched relationships.
Mhm.
Looked at my life in relationships.
Mhm.
So I won't have that won't have that experience again.
Right. Yeah. Like I've been so I've had a lot of there's been a lot of with education in my experiences in that way. Just like you said, showing up a certain kind of way and thinking that because you show up a certain kind of way that's going to be received like that. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? Sometimes it's received in the ways that you want, but then sometimes it's not. And then inevitably when it's not, like you feel like you're getting done wrong, you know what I'm saying? Because it's your perception, versus what you're
Mhm.
not seeing from their perception. So yeah, it's a lot of education there. It's a lot of lessons. I mean, and it goes back to what you said from the very beginning. It's about the levels of self love that you have for yourself. You know what I mean?
And
And
self awareness
self
and being
awareness.
aware.
Because if you're not aware, like certain things aren't even weird to you. Like it ain't even weird
That's right.
that like this person ain't reciprocating, or it ain't even
That's right.
weird that what I'm saying, that you don't get what you need. You just so used to, maybe again, like from past conversations, this might be something that evolved in your childhood with your parent. You know what I'm saying? Like you never know. So you might just be carrying along an energy that you need to get rid of, and you attracted this relationship to further show you that you need to move differently. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's
It's
right.
all a part. It's all a part of it.
It's all a part of it. It's like at this point, I definitely don't get offended because I can I can I can see right away.
Mhm.
I know right away that if you can receive or not receive. And guess what? I can't make that person receive
Right.
in the way in which it's being given. But I'm gonna say this about that as well. In 2000, I dated a guy a lot older than me, and he convinced me to quit my job. Say he gonna take care of me. Um, but kind of find out that he had some personal, deep rooted issues.
Hmm.
But he loved me though. He showed me when I reflect on it from where I am today,
Hmm.
I realized that I didn't even know what love was really back then. Of course I didn't. I was in my 20s. But he worked. I didn't work. He took care of me. He did whatever he could do for me. But he sacrificed for me. And that's important to also realize that I wasn't able to receive things before because I didn't know what love, what did it really, how did it look? Because a woman's love and a man's love is totally different. Totally different. So if you are, I'm a woman, of course, but I didn't know back then. I know now because I've studied it. Like I just told you said too. Your life gives you education, one on one. Life. But you got to also, as a person, be able to recognize when you are being loved.
Facts.
And this man, he was murdered in
Hmm.
2002,
Hmm.
2000, something like that. I found out way after he passed over the love, like 13 years later. I came spiritual and doing some work in real, and I said, "Oh my God, I didn't even know," and I was still able to receive that because it was genuine.
Right. Right. Right.
So, if you as an individual to get to understand and understand, to be able to recognize when you are being loved, everybody not out the food mess over you.
Right.
I was dating this guy. He worked a lot of hours, and I felt sorry for him. He went to work at like 12 in the afternoon. He'd get off until 2 the next morning. He went home, took a bath, went back to work. I said, "Did you even eat?"
Right. Right.
He
Right.
said,
Right.
"No." He said, "Man, I ain't had time to do nothing." We were dating probably like 4 months at that point. And I said, "Well, you know what? I cooked. I'll bring you some food to your job because I know you hungry. You that ain't right.
Right.
I got in my car, drove the 20 minutes to his job. I had made some home cooked food. I took it to him. He didn't know how to eat. He didn't know how to even receive.
Right.
But guess what? That was me giving you a portion of love. Because
Right. Right.
whatever I cooked in my kitchen, that was my love I was giving you.
Right. Right. Right.
You got to be able to receive it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right.
Because
Yeah.
I care about you like that. And that wasn't right. It's not healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't believe that shit. He probably thought he was like, what the hell wrong with this girl? It's
Yeah,
something wrong.
that's that PTSD.
He looking at me like, oh, she really pulling up. Yeah, I'm really pulling up.
Right, right,
I'm
right.
not playing with you.
I got some pork chops and some gravy and some rice and shit for you.
Stop. Got some Gatorade from 7-Eleven for you to get your lights, electric lights back up.
Right, right, right. Like real live love shit.
Absolutely.
Hmm. Nah, I know. I
And,
think that's that part where I was talking about earlier. Like when people don't receive it, and you got to be secure in your unconditional, because that's the type of shit that'll have you questioning shit. Like I did all this and they ain't even. That wasn't even none of they ain't even care. Like you know what I mean?
but at
So.
that point, I knew. I just laughed. At that
Hmm.
point, I was spiritual. On my spiritual journey, so
Right,
I knew what it was, but I wasn't offended. I
right,
just
right,
um, it just I was telling you before we started about a lot of times people can't. You can give it, but they can't receive it. It is not that they're trying not to receive it. You can't receive what you don't vibrate with.
right, right,
It's topped off at your level.
right, right,
So to make that plain, if you at a level 5, I can't give you 6 or 7. It won't
right.
register. You're gonna
So ain't
earn
no
register at 5.
right, right,
I give you 25. You get 25. You're gonna only get 5. That's just it. That's not my rule. That's vibrational frequency.
and then you will realize that like you would think in your mind since you on a 25 and they on a 5 that they just kind of nonchalant or they don't care about
Sure.
what I'm saying what you doing, but it's like nah, it's just I'm on 5 and you on 25. Like, what I'm saying?
That's right.
That's the shit I'm learning. That's the shit I'm learning.
Yes,
Like, you know what
that's
I'm saying?
right. Because guess what? That's gonna help you.
Yeah. Hmm. Right. Right.
Because guess what? That comes with respecting your mate
Hmm.
and deciding that, okay, I know I'm at 10 and she at 8.
Hmm.
I'm gonna have a little more patience. Let her catch up. I'm gonna give her a little time, let her catch up. Get what you can do. Learn Reiki.
Hmm.
Help her with that until she need.
Hmm.
Go in your meditation.
Right.
Sell that love and energy. You can use that her get to where you are if that's what you want to do.
Right. Right. Right.
But don't don't feel any kind of way because she's not.
Hmm.
Now you working all that, it ain't gonna never work out, then you gotta accept that,
Right.
which is
Facts.
the next level.
Hmm.
Acceptance.
Right. Yeah. Real shit.
Real. Baby, I got a doctorate in this shit right here. Dre, this right here, I got a doctorate in.
Doctorate.
A doctorate.
They
And
put Empress Chrissy.
I got it the hard way.
They Doctor Empress Chrissy, the activist
Doctorate
guy.
in this right here.
I can dig it. I
I
can
got
dig
a doctorate in this particular subject of life. They trained me well to be able to get on this computer and talk about this right here.
it. Hmm. Facts. Nah, I already know. Like the conversation that we have, you're right. You are correct.
baby. I'm telling you. So anything I say, believe me when I tell you,
You lived
I
it.
know how you feel. I know where you at.
Hmm.
But guess what? Those same relationships got me to where I am.
Hmm.
Without those, I wouldn't be in the knowledge and knowing and all that today.
Right. Right.
They got them, they triggered me to get, they pushed me there. Kicking and screaming. Like a temper, like a little kid temper tantrum. Ah!
Right. Right. Right.
So, yes, you gonna get there.
Oh yeah, I already know. I ain't got no choice. Like that's what I came here for. That's what I incarnated in this particular lifetime to do, is to love and be loved and all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? Even like back in the day when I was dibbling, dabbling. I was trying to have chicks over here, chicks over. It ain't never. It was never my thing. Like it never felt right. Like you know what I'm saying? It never felt right because I was here to. And even though like I was probably like the coldest, like affectionate player or whatever. Like I used to give them all love and shit, but it just ain't never feel right. Like you know what I'm saying? I used to give them all love. I used to be that one. I used to hit them with the encouragement, like I know this shit ain't gonna work between us, but you are dope. Like don't let this affect you. Like you know what I'm saying? You are amazing. Like it's just not gonna be with me. Like that's how I used to be in my 20s. Like you know what I'm saying? So I always had it.
I guess that's at least you being upfront.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't never no slime ball.
At
I don't
least you
think.
being upfront.
We might have
But
some big to different, but
but if she wants, she don't give a fuck about that anyway. She gonna still dive in, right? She gonna still
yeah,
dive in.
we had some divers. Definitely had some divers.
Shit, they gonna be still like, okay, we'll deal with that later. But guess what? They think they can change you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nah, that's
They can change your mind.
right, right,
Mhm.
right.
Trust me, it's just not a man or a woman. This is a human being. Period. I heard
Right.
what he said, but that's all right because he get this right here. See,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah.
do
I've
it
had
this that way.
yeah, I've had those experiences with them. That's the type of shit I see coming. That's the type of shit I see coming, and it's like like you said, we had discussions prior to like, tell you, I'm on the XYZ plane, so if you ain't on, this is what I'm on. And like you said, they be trying to come through the back door, but my back door is locked. Locked.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So I guess that's gonna lead us into our reading, our divination.
Yeah, we're gonna ask what's stopping or blocking you from getting to the level of unconditional love for each sign. We're gonna ask that. Uh,
Eight.
what's blocking you?
Now, if you a person that's a unconditionally loving person, then don't even worry about it. Go ahead and just disregard what we talking about. But if it's something that you feel like you need some guidance in or some advice on, we got you. That's what we about to do right now.
And I'm using the divine truth deck by Spiritual Infusion 111. That's her deck. She got a YouTube. If
I'm
anybody
on my
can
same,
request it.
I'm on my same rider weight deck with my playing cards. This the fire. It's a fire deck. So them two decks I'll be pulling from.
We'll start with the Aries.
What is keeping Aries from
What is blocking Aries? Let's pull these energies up. What is blocking Aries? From get to the level of unconditional love. Mm, that's interesting. Aries, you got missing you and choices.
is
So it seemed to me that your blocks is from the somebody from the past. So Aries, you're allowing a past love situation that maybe didn't work out, or maybe it didn't end where you wanted to end. That particular situation is blocking you from loving right now. Something about that is got your heart. So you got the man heart, and then is the tears, or so that's blocking
Hmm.
Aries from the past.
Oh, okay. Well, that kind of makes sense because I pulled the Judgment card, which is all about like personal revelation, possibility of major change, like a wake up call. So so basically, what sis said, if you still kind of stuck in the past, if you stuck on old energy, you're not allowing anything new to come in. Uh, it might be you might be getting all the signs right in your face, that you should do something different. If that's the case, go ahead and take it as your personal revelation and move on.
Hmm. Yeah, because when you don't release things that don't serve you, energy don't die, right? Or
Right.
you
So just
can't
stay
get rid of
stagnant.
it. You have to transmute it, or you have to release it to let something else in, or you
Right.
you blocking yourself.
Right.
Give me a minute to like some of that. Give me just a second. So we got Taurus,
Taurus come out the. I thought it was.
Aries, Taurus,
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah.
and
All right.
Gemini.
Yeah. Yeah. See, that's why I had them backwards. All right.
What we got for Taurus?
Taurus.
I said this was gonna be the case.
You said it was gonna be the case.
It's gonna be uh, memories and distorted.
Mm,
Same energy.
yeah.
The past. The past is blocking you. So Taurus, something from the past that you missing from somebody, and your view of that relationship is distorted. Maybe because of what happened within that connection, that's blocking you.
Damn, that's deep.
Yep.
So I pull. So Taurus energy is Earth energy. So I pull Pentacles. It's actually the Eight of Pentacles. So it's dedication, which brings rewards, and lost in your work. So according to your work would be to move out of that space, move out of that distorted space, move out of that. I guess the view that you have, and move into the reality of what things are, so that you can progress and keep moving toward um, your rewards, which is taking the lessons that you learn, applying them, and moving forward.
That's right, Taurus. Okay, we got Gemini. What we got? What's stopping the Gemini or blocking the Gemini from getting to the level of unconditional? Gemini. Gemini, you have illusion and divine feminine. So this to me tells me that some Gemini, and it's just energy. So divine feminine it could be any man or female. Gemini, you are blocked because you are under some type of illusion as it relates to someone, and that person may not have the same affinity for you. So this illusion has you blocked because if you in an illusion, then you can't see. the reality of things, be able to come out of that and move forward. So that illusion has you blocked.
Yeah, right on point. So I pulled the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So that's about a
Mhm.
karmic cycle that's repeating, not being able to accept change, stuck in limbo. You kind of in between, like you know what you're supposed to be doing, but you still feel like you want to do what you was doing, even though that you're the only person that's kind of still stuck in that space. So you just need to go ahead and understand that the karmic cycle is the fact that you need to, like Sis said, get out of that illusion, stuck in that place of illusion, because Gemini is all about air and mental energy. So you stuck in your head. Get out of your head, get into the reality of what things are, and move with the flow and quit holding yourself back because you feel like this person gonna come around to your the way you think about it. It's just you got to transmute that energy and move forward for yourself, Gemini.
Mhm. All right, cancers. What's up with a
What is stop with Cancer?
Oh,
Able
that blew out. Wait, let's see.
to stop with Cancer. You laughing? You must know some shit.
I am, and you got three cards that fell out. Cancer, I got three cards that fell out.
I bet.
The first one is arrogance. The second one is left on red. And then we got heartbreak. It's simple. Cancers, this is past energy as well. That
Mm,
you had a not so good breakup with someone. You and them both left in their feelings. You left on red, left in red, left on red. But the arrogance and all the shenanigans and everything is blocking you, right? If
mm,
if you want to communicate with this person, I need to communicate. I need to communicate because, but somebody in a pride, somebody in their ego, somebody being arrogant, but that's blocking you from. uh and I feel like too, it's like you somebody desire closure. You know how when stuff some in, it's like I just want to know. I just want to be give me closure. But sometimes that person can't give you closure because they don't know how. And then they don't want things to close anyway. So you know what I'm saying? So somebody text somebody and say some things, that person didn't even respond. But that's blocking you.
that's funny. Uh, I picked or I pulled the two of wands. So yeah, Cancer, get out of your comfort zone. Out of our comfort zones. I'm a Cancer, so I can speak intelligently on this subject. A lot of our comfort zones is our emotions, and a lot of times, we're comfortable talking about our emotions. We're comfortable operating in an emotional space, whereas a lot of people aren't. So when you know, we in our playground of emotions and we express ourselves and we do this and we do that, and then when we don't get that reciprocation, it's like, well, she just pulled left on red. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't even know how to respond to the level of emotion and level of just emotion. We'll leave it emotion that we have. So time to act. So that means you gotta shoot a dribble. You gonna keep hurting your own feelings, or you gonna just go ahead and accept what's going on and move on. And then if it happens to be where this particular situation comes back around or it starts in another way, then explore it from that view. But right now, just go ahead and do you and keep it pushing.
So you can be unblocked, you know.
Right, right, right.
What's stopping or blocking Leos from getting to the level of unconditional love?
What's
Enchanted player. So what's blocking the Leos from, well, those that, you know, you're enchanted with love, but I feel as though you are going at it from a player's perspective. So let's say you got somebody, you got this person, you got this person. So you got many different things going on, and you're enchanted with the with love, but that enchantedness is blocking you because you can't have that level of love with everybody with different. I mean, you just can't. Not unconditional.
Right.
So that's what's blocking you trying to be do too much, too many places at one time.
So I pulled the world in reverse. So that's like a setback, like a kink in your plan. So if your plan is to be, you know, like she said, all over the place, spreading that Leo love and being the main attraction, play on words with the main in y'all here and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, it's not gonna work like that. It's not gonna be what you think it's gonna be. You might end up fall like actually getting your emotions involved, and then you get that you get that what is it? The Uno, that reverse, the Uno reverse card, where somebody reversed the shit on him, and then y'all be in y'all feelings because y'all leave those, and you feel like y'all can't. That shit can't. I just got the
Tell me
Uno
story. You
card.
see on chords.
Uh,
Also,
but
yeah,
yeah, like
but that skill.
yeah, you get skipped. Yeah, you get skipped. Reverse skip. But the thing I'm trying to say is basically just watch the type of energy you projecting and who you bringing into your enchantedness, because what'll happen is, especially now in the energy we in, you'll get that lesson right back. That light will be shown right on you, and you'll be the one that has to deal with the way it feels to be, you know, feel like an option versus a priority.
All right, Virgo, right?
Yeah, it's Virgo.
Ooh, Virgo, you got chord fell right out. Okay, okay, okay.
What?
Virgo, you got apology and psychic. So what's blocking the Virgo is they they are waiting for somebody to apologize to them. Uh they may feel in their knowing and their intuition that someone owes them an apology. Again, they might want this for closure, but this particular desire for this is actually blocking you. It's blocking you. Um, Most people don't apologize in an authentic way anyway.
Mhm.
So you might not ever receive that apology. But that's what's blocking the Virgos. They want somebody to give them an apology. And because they're harping on that energy, it's blocking their current.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I pretty much got the same thing. I got the Three of Pentacles in reverse, which is like the inability to work with others. so
Mhm.
if if you are expecting an apology, or you want an apology, or you feel like somebody needs to apologize to you, you feel like you've been done wrong or something like that, then you're just kind of putting this wall up that's not allowing you to, move forward and go on with, the actual uh, either go on your separate ways, or actually, being able to work together to figure out the issues. So yeah, it's all about it's really a pride issue. Uh, and once you get over your pride, Virgo, that's gonna be some shit though, because Virgos are proud motherfuckers. But once you get over your pride, Virgo, and you accept it, either you might even be be the one to give the apology, or you're waiting to get an apology. Once you get over your pride, that's what's blocking you from being able to love unconditionally.
Mm,
Scorpios next.
Libra.
Libra.
What we got for Libras? What we got for Libra? We got best friend and we got reunion. So I would say for the Libras, again, this is past energy because it's saying reunion. So somebody from your past was your best friend as well as your lover, and you desire a reunion with that particular person. Because you are desiring that reunion, you're kind of off balance, Libra. You're not in your balance uh, energy. That's blocking you at this time. Uh, to get things back, we let them go, and then come back on their own. So because the asking is what's blocking from unconditional love. So yours is you want a reunion with someone, and that particular desire that you have right now is kind of unhealthy. So that's the block. It's actually stopping you from getting it, Libras.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes total sense. I pulled the Five of Swords in reverse. So it's about healing after a conflict. So you possibly went to quote unquote went to war emotionally with somebody or in some kind of way, or y'all had a falling out, and probably realizing that it wasn't worth it. Probably realizing that it was a lot of things that you could have did better, or just maybe even from both sides. But you see your part in it, and that's probably why you want the reunion. But it's basically about being able to heal after having a conflict with somebody, and it makes sense if it's a best friend or somebody that you're really tight with on an emotional level. But Five of Swords reverse. So go ahead and do that healing so that y'all can get back to being as tight as y'all really are. Don't let that BS stop y'all from being in contact with the people you want to be in contact with.
All right. Now we got
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
All right.
Just
We'll
stop.
just stop at Scorpio from
Scorpio.
love.
Unconditional love. And thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Scorpios.
Stop at Scorpio.
The doggone Scorpios. T.
We'll just stop at Scorpio.
You got strategy and you got evil eye. This is what I already heard. Scorpios, you got somebody doing some type of they somebody behind the scenes is strategizing some type of like a reverse love ritual or something on you. Um, because you got evil eye and strategizing. So your love is blocked because somebody is some kind of enemy you got is trying to block that for you. So I would suggest that be mindful and protect yourself. Do some return to sender stuff. Uh, if you work with the ancestors, put your ancestors in. If your love life is kind of like not really going how you want to go right now, because some yours is from an outside source that's trying to block you from your love because you got strategy and evil eye.
That's facts. I pulled the magician in reverse.
Hmm.
It's inability to manifest and your power is blocked. Just what she said. I ain't even really got to add nothing to it.
Hmm.
It's all about the fact that um, you are being like your energy is vamped or compromised in some kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
and you need to protect yourself energetically. It could be as simple as you. Um, I mean, it's definitely outside, but it could be simple as you being caught up in somebody else's energy, or like being so in, kind of just into them that you're not seeing how you harming yourself and how you not allowing yourself to, manifest the things that you want and move forward in your life. But yeah, it's definitely about your power block for sure.
But also too, what I get from that is what I'm getting from that is whoever trying to use some type of abracadabra with it, it's not working.
Right, right,
It's not going to work. So your ancestors, whether you know it or not, they already got to be protected. But be aware, and be aware how you move. And another thing too, I want to say, sometimes it's best to keep our things like that private,
right.
not secretive, but keep your love life private until you and that person can really build that solid foundation.
Mm-hmm.
Because the evil eyes are simply like, ooh, you know what I'm
Right,
saying? And that's simple. So keep your stuff private for now.
right.
Okay. Who we got?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. Yeah.
What is blocking?
Sagittarius. Unconditionally. Let's keep Sagittarius. Unconditionally. Sagittarius.
Surprise and fantasize. Somebody, this is also for Sage, it's also like past energy that you fantasizing about being with somebody. I want to surprise somebody. I want to be with somebody. Uh, but that's blocking you. If there's somebody, even not even from your past, it could be in your present. Uh, it's good to visualize because that help bring things to fruition. But if it's coming out as a block for you, that means you're doing too much fantasizing, or you something with it you're not being real about, and that particular thing is blocking you.
Okay. Well, that lines up kind of. I pulled the Hermit in reverse, so it's about repeating past mistakes and seeking external validation. So maybe the past mistake is the fact that you are finding too are you're basically you're looking too much toward external validation versus situations that can enrich you on a deeper level. Um, whether it be material things, whether it be just like comfort zones. It could be anything, but whatever it is, it's like you're repeating past mistakes and things that you're supposed to learn from. So this particular, whatever you're in right now, whether it be you in a relationship, not a relationship, it's like, oh, it's repeating the cycle that you've been in before because of
Mhm.
trying to have that external validation, or the seeking something that's not really totally for your enrichment.
Yep. So we got Capricorn. What is stopping or blocking Capricorn's
We'll just keep it Capricorn for
level of unconditional
condition.
by Capricorns? Ooh,
Said, ooh,
energy and 3D. Man, this off top. Too much damn working. Look at that 3D. Look at that money.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Too much,
yeah.
too your energy is too much on. It's like your energy not on love. I mean,
Right.
it's not your energy is on getting the bag, getting your money, getting your finances together, and it's actually
First
like
time.
closing off to that love component because you 3D energy is heavy right now. That's
Earth
okay.
sign. So I pulled temperance, the temperance card, which is about balance, moderation, and emotional stability. So everything she did again, like really, I'm just pulling cards to clarify at this point because,
Mhm.
like she just said, like you didn't kind of put your emotions on the shelf.
Yep.
Why you get this? You get to your money, and you get to all the things that you're like progressing to get, and you need to have balance, moderation, balance, and go get your money, but also get leave
Mhm.
a space and a place for your feelings to expand and evolve and moderation. Like you ain't always got to be chasing the bag. Like like you could put it down sometimes and go and feed your soul, feed your spirit, feed your emotions. So yeah, everything she said.
You gotta be intentional about it. Like he's saying too, balance.
Right,
Like
right,
we it's like we have about nine environments in our life. So every each all those nine things have to be balanced. And that ain't easy. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So we
right, right.
got a uh Aquarius.
Aquarius, Aquarius, got Aquarius calling my phone. Go
Aquarius got
Aquarius.
third eye,
Let's keep Aquarius
and you got knight in shining armor. This is what I hear and see with this. Aquarius, you sexual right now.
from.
So you it's encouraged for you to get like more into enlightenment of maybe third eye meditations or whatever. But your legs got wide open in the knight in shining armor on the way. So it's like you two on the lustful side to get the love portion. So that's kind of blocking Aquarius.
That's funny. I'll tell you why that's funny later. But pull pull back and reflect. I got the hermit card. So pull back and reflect, finding answers within. So a lot of the things that Aquarius is projecting is because Aquarius doesn't really want to go into the depth of themselves because they have a lot of depth, a lot of emotional depth, a lot of uh, air quality depth, and a lot of times they don't want to do. They know how much work it is to get into their head, so they just kind of, you know, they don't reflect, they don't pull back, they don't go within because they know how much work it is, and that's what it
Mhm.
is. So it's time Aquarius to pull back and reflect and go inside for your answers versus outside, like she said, the lust and
Mhm.
spread legs and
Ain't
stuff.
nothing wrong with that too, now, but
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
just
It's a
got
lot
you
right with it. It's a lot right with it, but
covered.
it ain't gonna get you to your ultimate place where you can actually be your best self.
Right, right.
Where we at?
Last but
Pisces,
not least, Pisces. God dog. I
doing
didn't even
pretty
get
good.
all the way out. Pisces. All
Pisces.
right. Pisces, three. You got three cards. You got intervention, daydreaming,
Let's keep it Pisces.
twin flame. First of all, you definitely in your natural energy, but you are being blocked because you're looking for some type of intervention from somebody else. So if you, let's just say you got a mate, right? Or you had a mate and y'all, maybe y'all broke up, but you're looking for that mate to intervene and you're daydreaming about that, but actually that's blocking you because you have to either allow divine to intervene and help you, or you got to be able to get the grounding to be able to help yourself. But you're kind of stuck on this relationship as well. The twin flame relationship, you kind of stuck in that on that relationship,
Mhm.
and it's actually blocking you, Pisces.
Right. That's true. I see that. I pulled the Ace of Wands in reverse. So that's about false starts, thumbs down, opportunity snatched away. So it's like you got an opportunity to have a like a dope relationship or a relationship that's suitable for you. But like you said, you looking in the past or being um still being having like these past emotions on you is keeping you from moving forward. Pisces.
Mhm.
So nah, like I said, that I was really just clarifying
Yeah,
everything you put for real because it was all pretty much on point and it lined
yeah.
up.
I mean, it definitely helps to get a little bit of insight, espe- especially if you desire love. Um, that would definitely help you out a little bit
Mhm.
to know what's going on in the energy. But if you really know a lot more about your unique particular love life or love connection, I do um, a love reading in chronology, and Dre do a love reading as well in with
It's
chord.
yeah, it's chordology. It's more of a compatibility, more of
Yeah.
a compatibility reading where it's like you met somebody and you kind of want to see what it is you're getting into prior to getting into it or getting so deep into it. Actually, I can kind of give you the nuts and bolts of what's going on, how y'all gonna interact, where y'all may have some stumbling blocks, so you can kind of maybe work past that or transmute that energy prior to having to go all the way through it.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
sure.
I did one for you, Dre, right? You can I did
Oh
a
yeah,
love,
yeah. Let me
right?
tell you,
And
she
you can
definitely did one.
about it.
She did one for me, and it was so on point. And it was like, it
Hmm.
was like, it was almost like the reading led me into like the next steps. Like it was almost like she did the reading and she knew what was about to happen, and then like stuff started happening after I got the reading from her. So
Hmm.
it was wild. Like me as a reader, like I'm never really impressed by being read because like I said I read, but
Yeah,
I I I I, I can't even talk. It left me speechless for real. It left me
yeah,
speechless as far as like how accurate it was, how in depth it was, just how on the money it was, and the way things are playing out now. She told me a month ago.
yeah. Then I also, because I'm looking at the play out, I also give you unique mantras. I give you unique strategies that you can do as well. Like you said, you're in the middle of it. So I'm not only giving you a reading, but I'm also giving you for the support
Right,
to
right.
support your unique connection with that other person. So it's not
Well,
actually on my website yet, but I'm gonna get it on the website soon. But it's actually um
it's
a
a
reading
monster.
that I think that I'm going to um put more resources with that one versus some other ones because it's really, really worth it. Uh
Really, really worth it. Like, and that's, and like, again, like, not because she's my friend, not because we talk all the time, because the stuff that she gave me, I didn't even tell her half the stuff that she, you know what I'm saying? Ain't one like I told her what was going on. She cold. Like, she was able to go in, look at the card, see what was going on, and tell me, like, this about to happen, this about to happen, that's gonna happen. That's something you can't even control. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just a lot of stuff. So it's like super worth it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So, and that's like, again, this is just me from a person who got a reading, not even, because that's my friend, but
yeah.
dope.
So yeah, if you want to know more about your situation, hit us up. Dre is on Facebook, and
Yep.
my website is empresschrissy.com.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I got actually have two different Facebook pages. Either my government name, which a lot of y'all know, DeAndre Washington, or you can hit me on the Shango Rising, CHANGO Rising, RISING. Inbox me on either page. If you got any questions about readings or all that type of stuff, I got you. So just hit me up, and we a wrap.
All right.
All right, good
That is
people.
for this
Yeah,
episode of
another
Stack
one in the
Stick
books.
with Love.
Right. Holler at y'all next Monday.
Peace.
Peace.